Hello there, commanders, and welcome to a special episode of Total War Arena replay commentary. This is going to be some sort of a supplementary video to the live battle highlight video I posted on Saturday, where I talk about those different scenarios and how difficult it is to capture a point. And here I will show you two replays from the National Cup tournament between France and Spain. That is round 2, match 3. At the time of publishing this video, those battles will not be published yet, so if you want to avoid spoilers, then I guess I already kind of spoiled you a little bit. But you can skip towards the end of the video where I'll elaborate on my points and just summarize what I'll be saying throughout the video as we watch the replays. Now, let's just launch the replay. So, the first battle is on Teutoburg Forest, and it is going to highlight what I said in the previous video, the previous video of the live battle highlight series. That is called Tweaking the Game Mode, I believe, Tweaking the Game Mode Discussion. And so this is just going to expand and illustrate some of the points that I made there. Alright, so one of the points that I made is that a lot of map designs, and Teutoburg Forest is one of the heaviest offenders in that regard, make it very, very hard to capture the points. And yeah, as you can see here in the middle, we have a river, we have areas that are easy to ambush with if you're pushing into the enemy. Same for the other side. The healing zone as well here is a very secure, very hard to reach spot for the attackers to deny it. Same over here, right? A little bit less over here, and yeah, kind of same over here. It's still very difficult to reach. You have a lot of choke points that can be held with pikes. For example, here, right? If you cannot approach here, you can try going around, but on the pike here or whatever, etc., etc. It's very, very easy. Say, for example, the blue team pushes over here, right, and multiple flank surprise attacks can be launched at them from the forest. There's no watchtower here for them to capture and see this forest or whatever. Nothing really to help them. And defending is just so damn easy. You also have issue with elephants that can just run around the point, right, and just hold it and hold it and hold it until more reinforcements arrive of infantry that will be able to hold the point or even capture them, whatever. Yeah, but another dynamic that I talked a lot about is, how you just, it's essentially like a tug of war, where you keep pushing the team back and forth. And here, as the red team pushes the blue team towards their healing zone and their capture point, the blue team is closer and closer to the healing zone, so they have much easier time going back and replenishing and then reinforcing the front lines. And as you can see, yeah, those guys are being slowly overwhelmed because these units had an opportunity to heal, while the red team units also went back to heal, but their trip is much longer, so the blue team reinforces faster, and they are able to push now the red team, right? And as they continue to push the red team closer and closer to their healing zone, we have a rinse and repeat situation, where now it's the red team that has easier time reinforcing the front lines, and they end up just pushing each other back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But now it's more or less in the middle. As you can see, both teams are just rushing back and forth between the healing zones, and neither of the team can really push the other. As long as the skill of teams is roughly equal, and distance and the amount of units they put on each flank, it is going to be essentially a permanent state of stalemate, and there's very little a team can do to really overcome that. And yeah, even if they have a man advantage, right, the closer you get to the healing zone of the enemy, the more and more advantage the defending team has, and the less your numerical advantage matters. We'll see here. That looks like a good push. They won the big engagement, melee engagement here. They still have quite a lot of HP, but yeah, okay, these guys are going to see instead, as the elephants and pikes bought them a shit ton of time. And yep, we will see the first capture of the game, of this battle, 14 minutes in. So for 14 minutes, not a single point was captured. They barely were even contested. Right? I think there's like 60 points of difference between the two teams before this point was captured. That is just because the 60 points of difference were generated by one of the teams contesting one of the points. Right? And now D gets back capped. The blue team didn't defend against that back cap. They tried to return, but I mean, they were pretty close getting this point, right? But there is an elephant here. You're not killing an elephant fast. So that took them time. They tried to, you know, go all or nothing, try to kill the elephant faster, capture A faster, and D is going to be lost. Well, sadly, defending again is much easier than attacking. So, well, they could successfully back capped. And now the healing zone is here, right? But here's like, in this case scenario, it's kind of okay because, well, they just captured, they attacked, so they kind of deserve the bonus that gives them the healing zone. But it's also so hard for the enemy team now, for the blue team, to regain control, right? Because healing zone for the red team is extremely close. And where is the closest healing zone of the blue team? Over here in the base. If they captured C, on this particular map, the healing zone would be here, so it would be quite close to D actually. Like the distance from C healing zone to D is not that much further than the original D healing zone. So that is just a little bit of an exception in this case, but that doesn't really help, right? But yeah, on this particular map, if you capture C, you get an easier time getting this side, right? Or the mirror for the same side. If you capture C, right, the healing zone is here. It's relatively close to B, and yeah, the distance is more or less the same for both of these. But if you have both, try getting B as a blue team right now when they have two healing zones, right? So yeah, the entire battle, 23 minutes I believe it was, 23, 24, and points were captured 2 times. First time at 14 minutes into the battle, 14 minutes to capture 1 point, and it was C. That starts as neutral, obviously, right? And then D was captured towards the end as well. Like, I don't know, 19 minutes in? I didn't really look. Anyway, let's go into the second battle. It is going to illustrate my point even further on a different map. It will be Salernum. I remember that I commented those battles already, but it was quite a while ago, so I don't really remember details. But I do remember, like, I had this particular battle in mind when I was writing those points in the script for the previous video, right? Discussion 1. Okay, speed times 10, even though it isn't really times 10. Fog of War off. So here again, both teams are sending roughly equal forces to each of the points. The red team coming a little bit harder to see. They are sending pikes, so the blue team is respected, but they also have forces coming from this side, and it's kind of equalized. The city is also kind of like a 2v2, 6 units versus 6 units more or less. And the same can be said here about the top of the hill. Right, so let's see. Yeah, the blue team is launching an attack. Oh, they decided against getting on top of the point. They decided to go onto the glaives and get wrecked by repeating crossbows. C is going roughly equal. City is contested, right? So the see that by the fact that you're contesting, right, you're denying the points. The elephant just walked onto here. Could have really just stayed. He would have bought so much time. But on C, the blue team actually managed to clear the red team, and the red team just has elephants again, just running in circles. Keep running in circles. Oh. Oxen coming over, applying hamstring, being a little bit useful. Archers now using barrage to slow down the elephants as well and deal some significant damage. But there are 3 elephants. They don't have a healing zone here because C is still neutral, but they bought more than enough time for a lot of infantry to arrive. And now the blue team is in a predicament and they don't have the healing zone of their own. In the meantime, we saw the blue team push the red team over here to the point B. Red team has healed up and now they are attacking back, and it's looking quite promising for them. They do have an advantage in the melee department. They also have reinforcements of the ranged units. Now they will almost capping. This unit almost got away. This unit will die, but oops! Somebody respawned, somebody healed, and glaives are going to heal. Foxes already respawned in here, and they will get out of the point and they will contest, and the healing zone will not be lost. And if the blue team needs that, yep, it's very easy for them to retreat. For ranged units, it's very hard to punish the units that are trying to run away. They don't have the accuracy. Yep, the foxes are all healed up, ready to push back. And now they are chasing the red team all the way back to their healing zone, harassing them as they go. Right, but red team already, this guy respawned probably. Brought his units back. He's buying the time for his team to heal up and respawn, maybe transition. They did capture C. I did miss that, but yeah, it was the red team that captured C. Even though the blue team has such a great advantage over here, but well, the elephant bought way more than enough time. But let's focus on the dynamic on this flank, right? Because this is what mainly illustrates my point. The blue team, right? They pushed back the red team over here, they gained the advantage. The red team was on the back foot, they needed to run away and retreat. But they did manage to get to their healing zone, mostly uninterrupted. The blue team lost their steam, they didn't have enough power to deny the healing zone. And now they lost all the melee units. And the red units can just go back, heal, and quickly join their push. And the red team is already pushing, chasing the units that are trying to retreat, trying to heal, killing them off. The blue team is respawning. I think you've seen this pattern already, right? And neither E, neither B has been captured. We are again 14 minutes into the battle, and only C has been captured. D and A not captured at all. They were contested multiple times, but they just cannot be captured because, well, there's always somebody defending, and whichever team tries to do it, they just cannot do it because they always run out of steam, because the defending team will always go back and heal. That's just the advantage, the power that comes with the access to the healing zone is so strong and powerful that, as I said in the other videos, right, the XP advantage doesn't really matter. If the red team has the XP advantage here, which it sort of does a little bit, right, but not that much, but you see some rank 2, this I think is even rank 3, right, and the melee units on the blue team are mostly rank 1, this one is in rank 0, this one is rank 2, right, but yeah, the red team, again, they were contesting E for a little bit, now they're doing that with just an elephant, right, but they eventually ran out of steam, now they need to run back to their healing zone, be ready to defend, because the blue team is again launching a counter-attack because they healed up. Now they're pursuing the red team, and it goes over and over and over and over again, and neither of the team can capture each other's point. And we are 20 minutes in of a 27-minute long battle, and still only 1 point has been captured throughout the entire duration of this battle so far. And we see this scenario play out again. The blue team has pushed the red team, they're trying to get on top of the point. This time they didn't even manage to get that close, because the red team was a little bit faster, or the blue team was a little bit lagging with the pursuit, so they didn't even get to contest B for a little while. And now the red team is going to contest the blue team on E again. And they are respawning, they have the foxes here, they have their swords, archers are healed up. And there we go, the red team has also sent a little bit of the units away to fight for C, I guess, where the blue team is trying to do something. It looks promising, but again, the red team has an elephant. The blue team is trying to deny the healing zone here, but in this case it's a miscalculation, because if you look at the red team, everybody is alive, and there's nobody really trying to go to heal. So yeah, that unit is kind of wasted. It could really help over here, because maybe if it did, that elephant could have gone down a little bit faster, and oops, another one came. But there is a healing zone here, which now these two arriving units, oh, somebody just spawned in here, and if somebody spawns, right, the unit that was trying to deny the healing is immediately fucked. And oops, the elephant bought enough time for somebody to die, respawn, and defend the point. And we are here again. It has been actually captured So I missed that, but I remember from the cast what happened. Essentially, the blue team fucked up. They fucked up big time because it was so easy for them to hold on to that point, but they didn't. All they need to do is really just walk on top of it and contest it. But since the only ranged, there was only one ranged unit, one ranged player alive with 3 units, and there was one barely alive Foxman unit holding him back, and it was like, no, I cannot get close to the point that is being captured by 2 repeating crossbows. So yeah, that's on the blue team for losing that point, but again, it was captured towards the very end of the battle, like at minute 25. So in a 27-minute long battle, we get 2 points captures. One at the beginning, somewhere like 7 minutes in, I think, 7-9 minutes in, didn't really look. C was captured, and that was it for most of the battle, and then only 2 minutes before the end, another point was captured. 2 point captures within 27 minutes. It's honestly just a permanent state of stalemate as teams just run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like if we count, like actually count how many times the blue and red team have went back and forth between B and E on top of that hill. There are so many times. Well, they had 27 minutes to do that. And only one team finally succeeded at the very end, and they only managed to do that because the blue team fucked up, and well, the battle was lost for them anyway because, well, the red team captured C. And in the city, none of the points were captured. They just kept running back and forth, contesting, but neither of the team managed to get a point. So yeah, I think that highlights the issue. If you want to talk about the actual solutions to that issue, please go check out the video I mentioned so many times already throughout this video, the tweaking the game mode discussion video. Link will be in the top right corner. Even if it isn't appearing right now, it is already there because I probably will link it at the beginning of the video. So yeah, there's that. So please go there, give us your comments, let the developers know what you think, because, well, the YouTube comment section is actually something that they may read. Is actually something that they may read. There we go. Gotta correct my English. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. If you want to help us bring Total War Arena back to the West, you already know what to do. Leaving those comments on that previous video and letting the developers know that you want Arena back to the West is also a very good idea to execute. But well, until then, I'll see you on Arena's Battlefields, Commanders.